I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Bryan City Council meeting for Monday, October 19th, 2015. First on the agenda is approval of minutes. Gentlemen, you have your copy of your minutes there.
I didn't see any issues with the minutes, so I move that we approve.
By the way, these are for October the 5th. Yes.
I'll second that.
Number 2 on the agenda is our clerk treasurer's report. Lori?
Council received the clerk treasurer's report for the month ending September 30th, 2015. An appropriation request for Parks and Recreation for operating supplies of the amount of $2,585. Total amount of appropriation requested for Parks, $4,085. It's also an appropriation request for the Street Department for salt of $3,301.48. Total amount of appropriation requested is $7,386.48. I'd like to note that the Parks and Recreation Department received a donation from the Kiwanis Club, as well as a donation from Bryan Municipal Utilities for street trees, and a reimbursement for an insurance issue. And I'd also like to note that the Street Department received the $3,000 from the state of Ohio for a rock salt settlement.
I'm glad you brought that up, Lori, because that's what I was just going to ask the mayor if he wanted to make any comments in regards to the settlement we got back from the salt issue.
Yeah, I should have brought that other file in here, but I don't have it with me tonight. But I can say that there were two companies back at, and this was 2 years back.
Correct.
And that's when we were going from what we usually paid in salt under $100 a ton, and it got to be where we had to pay $163 a ton in order to get that. And what happened was we had to send all our bills into the state of Columbus, and they looked that over and they filed a suit. And as a result of that suit and the amount of paid, we got some of our money back toward the salt that year. And it's interesting now that the bids for summer salt and also for salt for this coming year have gone down under the $100 range again. So, and with the forecast, it looks like the winter could be less snow, but more maybe rain. But ice uses the salt as much as snow. But our barn is filled right now. We have that holds a 600 ton, and that was filled with the summer order. And then we have for the winter order, we went out for state bid, and that was 1,000 ton, and we could get 1,100. We have to buy. We bid for 1,000 ton. We can get up to 1,100, or we can get to 900 on that. So, and that bid came under $100 a ton. I forget just what the amount was.
That lawsuit, that was, wasn't it roughly over 600 municipalities throughout Ohio? So it was divided over, so if we got 3,000, that cost those two companies a good chunk of change.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Anything else to talk about?
I'll move we suspend.
I'll second.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Second.
Tommy?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
At our next meeting, I'll bring our total salt bid for the winter, so we have that for
Okay. Number 5 on the agenda is an ordinance. Please number and read, Laura.
Ordinance number 35, 2015, An ordinance authorizing the clerk treasurer to issue change order number 1 and final for the project known as 2015 Street Improvement of Oakwood Avenue from South Lebanon Street to Pleasantwood Avenue.
This will be an increase of $3,186.74. Reason for the increase is we had to do some additional work to make the transition to the existing intersection of Pleasantwood Avenue.
A little widening, a little more curbs,
A little more asphalt.
a little more asphalt.
Any questions from anyone?
If you've been down there, that looks very nice.
It does look nice.
I'll move that we suspend.
I'll second that.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Motion to pass.
Second.
Tommy?
Yes.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. This ends our items on the agenda, except for executive session, which for the acquisition of property and compensation of personnel. We'll do that after a short break. At this time, do you have anything to add from the fire department?
I want to make a quick comment. If you've seen the weather today, it's extremely windy. We're expecting another windy day tomorrow. The conditions are extremely dry. Over the last week, us and at least one other department have seen some smoking-related fires. Smoking materials blowing in the wind have caused some fires. So be very careful with that. Any open fires, extreme danger here for the next couple of days until we calm the winds down and get a little moisture on the ground.
Thanks, Doug. Ben, do you have anything?
Real quickly, on behalf of the Parks and Recreation Department and the Bryan Tree Commission, we'd like to publicly thank Bryan Carlin and Bryan Municipal Utilities for their continued support of our tree program, terrace trees, the replacing and replanting of them as we lose them throughout the course of the year. So we'd just like to thank them for that.
Thank you. Andy, anything further? Okay. Tommy?
Nothing.
Okay. Rick?
Nothing tonight.
Dick?
Nothing?
The other thing I want to say is that some of us had an opportunity, most of us had an opportunity to be at the firefighters recognition banquet the other night. And again, I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters, all the way up and down the list of the gals and guys who put their life on the lines for us. Appreciate it. Okay, Lori?
No, sir.
Rhonda?
No, sir.
Mayor?
Yeah, a couple things. It's on the screen. First of all, the Silly Halloween Party will be Saturday, October 31st, 2015, from 3 to 5 at the McDonald Rough Ice Arena. Then Trick or Treat is Saturday, October 31st, 2015, from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Also, we had this on the last time, an event happening at the recycling, and let me make that a little bit bigger so that you can get 75 at least. They are holding at the Buffalo at a recycle center on October 29th. Some things that you can take out there to recycle. You see the list there. There's been ads in the paper for this. And if you want to get rid of some of these things, that's a good time to take that out to the Buffalo Road. Items containing refrigerants will not be accepted along that line, and also there are certain TV sets not accepted. So it's a good opportunity for you to get out and to do that. And just also another reminder that on the November 1st, what is it, fall back, or spring ahead, but on on the November 1st, you set your clock back 1 hour. Fall
Extra
back.
hours sleep.
Yeah, and that takes effect on November 1st. So remind everyone of that. And other than that, I think that's all I have at this point.
Okay, thank you. With that, we'll take our short recess before we go into executive session. Thank you, everyone, for coming.